Listo.
Gracias. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Online Professional Development for English Language Teachers. My name is Elizabeth Arroyo, and I represent Education USA at Guadalajara at the Esquina Franklin. We are two Education USA centers in Guadalajara. And we invite you to visit our webpage, official webpage at educationusa.state.gov so that you find your Education USA center that is near to your city and your state. Okay, Education USA is a United States Department of State network of over 430 international student advising centers in more than 170 countries and territories. We promote US higher education to students around the world by offering accurate, comprehensive, and current information about opportunities to study at accredited post-secondary institutions in the United States. So this webinar is going to be in English because our target audience are English language teachers. So welcome to all of you to this virtual event. And we also invite you to visit our Facebook pages from Education USA Guadalajara and the other Education USA centers in Mexico. I'd like to introduce you our guest speaker, Jose Manuel Villafuerte, who is the Cultural Affairs Specialist at the Office of English Language Programs in the United States Embassy in Mexico. Welcome, Jose Manuel.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And hi, everybody. It's great to be here. Like you, I am Mexican. I am an English teacher. And just a little bit about myself. I have always lived in Mexico. I have never lived abroad. I have never studied abroad. All of my English I have learned here in Mexico. So I am a firm believer that practice makes perfect. I have been a teacher since I was 18 years old, and I'm turning 52 this year, so you do the math. I love teaching. Teaching is my passion. And I fell in love with teaching English from a very early age. English has been great for me. It has been a tool that has allowed me to pursue other opportunities. And I think that professional development is really, really important. And I am thankful for this job because it allows me to connect with people like you and tell them about great opportunities that many times we don't even know exist. So I hope that you will enjoy the session, that it will prove useful. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box for everybody to see. Do not send them to me particularly because I will be speaking, I will not be checking chat box. Right, and without further ado, let me start sharing my screen so we can get started. Okay. So, the office I work for is the Office of English Language Programs, or RELO for short, Regional English Language Office. And we offer professional development opportunities for English teachers. Okay, we do not give initial training. That would be at the university or the Escuela Normal. And we do not certificate teachers because we are not an educational institution per se. However, we offer many different opportunities for you to become more professional, to be better teachers. And some of these you can get a certificate for. Okay, I'm going to start with something that used to exist under a different name. Maybe you heard about the American English e-Teacher program. It just changed its name. Today was the reveal, so welcome. It is now called the Online Professional English Network, or OPEN. Okay, and you may be wondering, what is this? Well, this is a scholarship program. We have distance learning programs on different topics of English language teaching methodology. Some examples are critical thinking in the English classroom, educational technology in the English classroom, teaching grammar communicatively, teaching English to young learners, and young learners are from 5 to 12 years old, so it's roughly primaria. These scholarship courses last for 8 weeks, and we have an open call every quarter. Okay, right now, the people who are registered in the summer quarter are already in their classes, and we will open the call for the fall quarter, which will be the first under the name Open, in a few weeks, probably 2 or 3. There is a very reduced number of scholarships for Mexico every year. This is an extremely competitive program. Okay, why? Because we have so few scholarships. Every scholarship costs us about $1,000 on average, because they have been developed by different American institutions of repute, American universities mostly. And obviously we have somebody who runs them and the platform, so all of this is costly. But as I was saying, since we receive so few scholarships, we try to select the best applicants, those that look the strongest, that will really finish the course successfully, and that will be able to share the wealth with other teachers who may not be so lucky. If you are interested in receiving the call for participation or you have specific questions, please send me an email. The email address is there and it will be also published in the chat. The address is relomexico@state.gov. Okay, and remember it's a V because it's government. Now, if you are not as lucky, if you're not so lucky to get a scholarship, there is still a way that you can take these courses, okay? We also offer them in massive open online format. What is a massive open online course or MOOC? Okay, as its name says, it is massive because you can have thousands of people or even hundreds of thousands taking the same course at the same time. Okay, it has unlimited seating, unlike the scholarships where we only get a few ones. These have unlimited seatings. Okay, it is open because anybody who wants can sign up, and you can even take it more than once. In the scholarship program, because we have so few scholarships, if you receive one scholarship, probably that's it. We tend to give preference to people who have not received previous scholarships. But if you take a MOOC and then want to take another and another and another, or you want to take the same MOOC more than once, because the first time you didn't complete it, or maybe you want to refresh, you can do so. Online, it's self-explanatory, and obviously it's a course. Okay, and these are the courses that we have coming up next. We have educational technology in the English classroom, and that will be open until July 27th. Remember that you need 5 weeks to complete a MOOC successfully. So if you register right now, you can still get a diploma or a certificate for educational technology. We also have critical thinking skills into the exploration of culture. And that will be open until August 24th. It started on June 1st. You can still register to that one too. Okay. And finally, we have TESOL methodology. That one will open on September 7 and will close on November 30. If you see that there's more than 5 weeks, that's because you can sign up at any time within that period and finish the course. If you are interested in these opportunities and would like to know more, please visit www.openenglishprograms.org and /MOOC specifically for the MOOCs, or just up to org for the American English Teacher Program. Let me show you what that looks like online. Okay, So, this is what the Online Professional English Network, or Open Site, looks like. As you can see, if you are interested in getting more program information, you go to this tab, and we have about the program, eligibility requirements, course information, all right? And obviously the academic calendar. We sometimes have some live events, and if you're interested in the MOOCs I was just mentioning, you go here, you click, and you have the information, all right? As you can see, we have some MOOCs, which are journalism, media literacy, etc. And those are open to Prepa and university, both teacher and students in that specific area of knowledge. But we also have the TESOL methodology courses that I was mentioning. All right, and they are here. So take a look at that. And as you can see, we also have one that says upcoming MOOCs. And there you can see what other offerings we're going to have next. Usually the methodology courses are listed at the very bottom. Okay. All right. Now, if you don't have the time to devote to a MOOC, you want something that is easier, shorter, we have the American English, or AE Live, Teacher Development Series. It is live because we broadcast it on Facebook Live. Okay, these are virtual seminars or webinars that are broadcast, and they are on topics of English language teacher professional development. Topics vary a lot. We usually have 3 series a year, more or less from January to March, April, and then from late April or May to July, and finally from September to November usually. Each series consists of 6 sessions. Each session is an hour each, 60 minutes only. And at the end of each session, there is a link to a short questionnaire. It's only 3 questions. If you answer at least 2 of those 3 questions correctly, you will be eligible for an electronic badge. What is a badge? It is a kind of certificate that you can share with a prospective employer and include on your CV. All the broadcasts are live from Washington, D.C., and they are every other week on Wednesdays, usually at 12 noon Mexico Central Time. If you are interested and you want to share, right now we have a series going on, and it's really easy to do that. I'm going to go online again, and I am on Facebook, as you can see. Here's the logo, and you look for American English for Educators. I am already there, but I'm just doing this so you can see. And on American English for Educators, our next webinar is going to be a week from today, right? So that's June 17th at 12 noon. And in this case, okay, perfect. As you can see, there is a publication, June 17th, 2020. You can join at, it says here, 8 a.m., that's Washington time. It would be 7 in the morning in Mexico Central Time, or 1 p.m., that's 12 noon Mexico Central Time. So you can join this webinar if you wish. You just log in to facebook.com/American English for Educators, and you can watch this webinar, okay? I'm going to go back to my presentation now. All right, now, if you're curious as to what we do with those webinar recordings, they don't just go out into space, we save them. We have a social networking site that also serves as a materials repository for all these recordings. These webinars started out as the Shaping We Teach English webinar course. Then they were called the American English webinars. And now they are American English Live Teacher Development Series. We have more than 200 hours of free videos on English language teaching methodology topics. If you want to join this community, it's a closed community, simply go to americanenglishwebinars.com. You will need to register, and the administrator will have to approve your membership. Once again, let's go online so that you can see what it looks like. When you go to americanenglishwebinars.com, you will see this screen. All right, you go to click here to join. In my case, because I already have an account, I have already joined. As I mentioned, this is a closed network. The administrator will have to approve your membership, and it's going to take maybe from 1 to 3 working days. So please be patient. Okay, here, this is my landing page, and the tab that I am interested in is the materials and resources. Here, as you can see, I have all the different webinars that have been broadcast, and you will have the PowerPoint presentations. You will have, if they gave handouts or additional materials, you will also have resources, and most importantly, you will have the recordings of the webinar so that you can also see them. Now, if you don't have the time to go one by one looking for what you want and you have something in mind, for instance, I like cell phones. So I click here, and using this search engine, you can see that I have 2 different results for cell phones. Another big favorite for my students is games. Okay, and as you can see, I got 9 different results for games. Take a look at this. You will not receive any certificates for this, but it may prove interesting for you, may give you some new ideas to add to your bag of tricks. And something important, because as I mentioned, this is a private social network. We have members from all over the world, okay? You can look here, start making friends with teachers in different places, and learn how English teaching goes in other countries. Or maybe if you make very good friends with somebody, you can get to an agreement to do a virtual project and connect your students, maybe through a pen pal club, or maybe you do a Skype call with your students. You can decide. Let's go back to my presentation. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but I think it's important to see what these websites actually look like online. American English is on Facebook. If you remember, I already showed you what the American English for Educators Facebook page looks like. And they constantly publish different resources. So you may wish to like the page, to add it to your feed, and see what you can get from them. Okay, and we also have a YouTube channel. And this YouTube channel can give you not only professional development opportunities, but also tools to work with your students. Let me go to the YouTube site so that you can see it. Okay. So, as you can see, we are on YouTube now. And here at the top are activities for English language learners from upper beginner to advanced. And I really love these animated videos. They last about 3 minutes on average. They come on different topics: grammar, conversational English, pronunciation tips, idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs. And if you are teaching TOEFL, my suggestion is check out Fixing Common Errors, because that is very fine use of the language and it will be very helpful for you students. Many of these videos come with a mini quiz at the end, so the viewer just plays pause, answers the quiz, and then presses play again in order to check the answers. And for English teachers, we have different professional development resources. Some of them are the webinars in specific playlists that go by different topics. But we also have a teacher training course which is called Shaping the Way We Teach English. So you can take a look at that. And again, everything we do is for free in case I didn't mention it earlier. So please check out our resources. I am sure that you will find something useful and that you will enjoy. Okay, let me see how we're doing with time. Okay, cool. Still have a few minutes. All right, and my office is Rilo, Mexico. As I said, we provide professional development opportunities for teacher trainers, in-service teachers, and pre-service teachers. That is, people who are starting to become English teachers in the future. Okay, where can you find us? Well, it's very easy. You go to any browser that you like, and you type Embajada Estados Unidos México or Embajada y Consulados Estados Unidos México, and it will bring you to the website of the embassy. Then you go to this tab, Educación y Cultura, and just by hovering over it, you will see the menu, and you choose Oficina Regional de Programas de Inglés, in parentheses, Rilo. Okay, and this is the page that you will see. All right, as you can see, we have basically some resources for English language teaching and learning, and these are free downloadable resources. And there is also a description of the different programs. Some of them I'm mentioning here, but we have a few others that I am not referring to because they are not necessarily professional development for English teachers. I'm going to click here on Recursos para la Enseñanza y Aprendizaje del Inglés. Okay. And you can see we have some free language courses on Voice of America. We have our site on Facebook. And I'm going to focus on American English. This is a portal where you can download free resources. And you can see we have Teaching the Four Skills, US Culture, Music and Games. There is a link there to the webinars and to the eTeacher MOOCs as well. So take some time to explore. Everything you see there is downloadable for free, right? And most of it is already online. We have some song collections, we have a dictionary of idioms, we have games, board games and card games, which are called Activate games. And we have some books that you can download in PDF or in ebook format or in audiobook as an MP3. And that means that if you have a mobile device like a smartphone, a tablet, etc., you can have those with you to hear or read anytime you want. Going back to the presentation now. Okay, Rilo, Mexico, we also have a specific Facebook page for our region, which comprises Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, El Salvador, and Cuba. Here you will also find different resources. My colleagues update it 2 or 3 times a day. We also publish opportunities for teachers. You may also find announcements about upcoming events like Mestizo National Convention, that sort of thing. Okay, and to go there, it's really, really easy. I'm going to go back online. And as you can see, I am here on Facebook. And you look for Rilo, Mexico and Central America. Here we are. Okay, it's facebook.com/OELP Mexico. And As you can see, we have different resources here, verb tenses. We currently have a webinar series, which is called Teaching Online. It's about teaching, not technology. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow, Thursday, at 4 o'clock, Mexico Central Time. So we hope to see you there. And we also have all the videos from previous sessions right there. I go to Mass, Videos. Okay, and as you can see, I have webinar series Teaching Online. It's about teaching, not technology. We would be delighted to have you join us. Going back to my presentation again. Okay, that's it for me. I know that it is quite a truckload that I'm giving you, lots and lots of resources. But if you are interested, if you have specific questions, you want more information about specific program, please write to relomexico@state.gov, and I will be most pleased to answer your questions. Elizabeth, back to you.
Yes, Jose Manuel, thank you. Well, we'd like to ask you to write down your questions to Yandy Reynoso, to her private chat. All the questions will be read and then answered by Jose Manuel Villafuerte. Yandy, do you have any questions? Have you already received any questions in your chat?
Not yet. I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. So we'd like to ask you, teachers, to write down your questions in Yandy Reynoso's private chat so that she can read them. We're going to give you a couple of minutes. And I'd like to tell you that we're going to share the recording of this session so that you have all this information as reference. And also we'd like to share the links so that you can automatically access to all these resources that Jose Manuel has already shared with us.
Great.
Yes. So are there any questions already, Yandy?
No, I don't see any questions right now.
Not yet. Okay. All right. So, well, don't worry if you don't type the questions right now. You can also write down, I'm going to give you an email so that you can write down your questions there, or any questions related to Jose Manuel's presentation, or also related to Education USA. So that you can all right, I already wrote our email so that you can write your questions there. And in case that you want to receive more information related to these resources or related to studying in the United States, you can do so. Okay, well, thank you very much, Jose Manuel, for this interesting presentation. To share all these valuable resources so that teachers can continue their professionalization. And thank you, thanks to all of our staff who has been helping us today, to our Education USA advisors. Thank you to all of you English teachers who have attended here. And well, see you next time. I would like to ask you to visit our Facebook pages, Education USA pages in Mexico. And well, see you soon, everyone. Goodbye.